Let's go slowly.
Let's go slowly. So let's talk about the news. First of all, please let me give you this small disclaimer. Everything you are about to see is still work in progress and may very well change, be cancelled, moved, modified, or otherwise, I don't know. It's work in progress. Please bear that in mind,
Yes.
right? So the first thing we're going to be talking about is the super test for version 0.10.3, which, as you know, is not the next version, but the one after that. In 0.10.2, we are going to be continuing our early access kind of branch line activity for Italian battleships. And then in 0.10.3, it is time to head to German destroyers. Now, as you can see, there's a blueprint. This blueprint, who can guess what this means? What's this for in chat? Next dockyard, says Captain Awesome 72. You are right. We already teased this.
Yes.
So in the next dockyard, we're going to do it a tiny bit different. So the first few stages of the dockyard are actually going to be you guys progressing towards making the blueprint. So it's going to kind of start out in the drawing stage and working on the blueprint.
Given the ship that will be in the dockyard, that's kind of logical because destroyers are much tinier than battleships, so it's kind of hard to squeeze so many construction stations.
Yes, so, actually, in real life, they actually ended up being built pretty quickly. Don't you know what the time was to complete a destroyer at the height of production? Not for the Germans, maybe for the Americans. It must have been very, very fast.
I can try to find out for Germans as well.
Someone in chat will know. Chat, how long does it take to build a destroyer? To laser to render the building process? No, we also do the building process, but it comes after this. US was rolling out 2 Fletchers every 3 days. Yes, I know the Haberforder, but that still doesn't tell me how long it took to build one. Just that they were building lots of them at the same time.
The USS Kidd laid down 16 October 1942, launched 28 February 1943. Commissioned 23 April 1943. So
like 4 months building, 6 months till active.
Yeah.
That's still pretty quick. You have to remember, guys, destroyers in World of Warships may look small, but if you've ever seen a destroyer in real life, they're not small. They're big. Big. They're quite big. Okay, so anyway, so we have here the blueprint stage for ZF1, ZF6. ZF6 is going to be an interesting ship. After the blueprints, you are going to be progressing to the dockyard stage. And yes, we have rendered the building process, but as Taki points out, it's a destroyer, so there's not as much of it. ZF6 is an interesting kind of concept of a boat. It's got decent concealment. It's a mainly AP-focused boat, so it's got improved ricochet angles for AP shells, and it's also got increased damage. It has an engine boost, a smoke generator, a defensive AA, and a main battery reload booster to take on enemy destroyers. Torpedoes are kind of average. Their speed is quite high. The damage is high, but the detectability and the reload are rather poor, so they're a bit better for taking on like big sluggish targets than small nimble ones. So it's going to be an interesting concept, and I hope you're going to have fun with it. I can't talk about how testing went, but I think I enjoyed when I played it.
It's an interesting toolbox. It's probably going to be balanced by some downsides, but it will be very nice ambush ship.
Yes. So how the dockyard is going to work. The dockyard is going to have 22 stages this time. Each stage can either be completed by finishing dockyard missions, as you know it already, or spending 2,200 doubloons per phase. You'll be able to get a total of 19 of those 22 phases for free, as we've done in the last couple of times. So if you make it through all 19 phases with the combat missions, you can get the destroyer for 6,600 doubloons, and you can basically choose your discount if you want to pick it up, depending on how much you play. There will be a compensation for extra dockyard missions for those of you that decide, hey, I want this ship now, I'm just going to accelerate through the missions. There will, of course, be some intermediate rewards again, and then every additional dockyard that you finish after having built the ship, so every additional stage is going to give you 3,000 coal and 200 steel, similar to some of the other dockyard events that we've done before it. Cool. So yes, I think it's going to be quite fun. When you complete the 20-second shipbuilding phase, you won't only get the destroyer ZF6, you're also going to get her in her warpaint camouflage. Oh, no,
and
sorry.
we have a picture.
No, we don't. First of all, this is, of course, going to happen in Hamburg. So Hamburg port is going to have a few changes done to it. So you can see that here. It's going to look cool. Anyway, there is ZF6 in her warpaint camouflage. You're also going to get a commander with 10 skill points, a port slot, and a memorable flag. Because who doesn't like a memorable flag? Yes, it is a beautiful port hopper, I agree. In addition, there are a few other things coming with German Destroyers Part 1. Taki, do you wanna do some talking?
Yes, I mean,
I can push the button if you tell me when to push the button.
Main thing coming with the German Destroyers Part 1 is that it will contain the German destroyers, as the name suggests.
Who would have thought it?
Yes, it will be the early access event again, and we will be adding Z31 Tier 7 destroyer, Gustav Julius Merkere on Tier 8, and Felix Schulz on Tier 9 in the early access. They will be basically a large gun focused gunboats. Their guns will be 15 centimeters, 150 millimeters, slightly less than 6 inches for those of you who still use Imperial units. They will be focused on their AP performance. They will be having quite nice penetration, quite nice damage, and they will have improved ricochet angles. So they should be kind of, well, good against especially lighter cruisers.
Yes.
They will have a certain amount of armor, which should help them in interactions with small caliber guns and with HE. On the other hand, they will have a low damage per minute on HE, and they will have fairly high detectability, so they are not that great for cap contesting unless you make good use of the smoke generator. And starting on Tier 9, they will also have a defensive AA to help a bit with those pesky flying thingies. They will have torpedoes with pretty nice reload times as the regular German destroyers and kind of average damage. But yeah, their main feature will be the guns. And alongside with the event, they will be getting also some nice camouflages. The Iron Cross permanent camo, please.
Yes, if you don't like this one, maybe the Iron Cross camouflage is a bit more to your liking. It is a bit more to my liking. I think it looks absolutely amazing.
So basically, like the best thing to best way how to characterize the new German DDs are, I would say, light cruisers without citadel.
Yes. So the more kind of martial and aggressive camouflage that's available for the Tech Tree destroyers, you can see it here. Yes, I really like this one. We have a couple of additional camouflages or permanent camouflages entering the game as well. We'll have a look through them. I think they're all pretty cool. And the next one is this one, which is a Soviet camouflage. It's a permanent camouflage for our favorite Kirov reporting cruiser. Which
yes.
I also think
a lot of gold.
It's a lot of gold. It looks very fast. I'm wondering if it's going to make it go faster. But
still, if it was, I'm just saying, if it was fully red, it will go even faster.
Yes, this is true. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes, right?
Yes.
So next we have the Golden Week consumable camouflage.
That's quite intricate. It's
that this is probably going to appear sometime around Golden Week. Please don't ask me when it's going to be at Golden Week. It's just like Black Friday. Good concept.
Yes. But it's very nice. It has those like fish/dragon themes.
Yes. There was a question here from Our Lordy. Are these free camos? So it depends. Some of them are going to be available through missions. Some of them may have to be purchased. Some of them are consumable camouflage, so you may be able to get some for free. We'll see. You'll find out more in the near future. For now, we're showing you what they look like. But this is a consumable camouflage, right? And then we also have the Japanese lacquer camouflage. for the
on
upcoming...
the new battleship Hyuga.
Yeah, on the new battleship Hyuga, yes, which I also think is rather nice. Yes. So it's pretty cool. For those of you saying, for free, get out of here. Look, we have a lot of the stuff available for free, and a lot of these permanent camouflages, especially when it comes to new line releases, can be earned for free, but not all of them. You'll have to see.
Yes.
Yes. So lacquer camo, similar to the one that we already have on Hayate, of course. So it's pretty nice. So a couple of other small changes and improvements that are happening.
There's one more camo, no?
Is there one more camo? No, I don't think so. Oh, yes.
There is.
Sorry. This is also a consumable camo in memory of heroes. You'll recognize there is a poppy on it. You can probably think around what time this camo will make an appearance. Cool. Yeah. Someone says, my eyes.
Now we are out of the camos.
Look, my favorite camo my favorite camo in the game. Let's take a quick break from this to show you my favorite camo in the game. Is this one. So you're not going to get like the arguments of, oh my god, that looks terrible. I'm probably not gonna work on me. It's this is one of my favorite ones. I don't know why. It hurts, but I like the paint.
Oh, this one. Oh.
Jesus. Yeah, it's the Tokyo Game Show. It's very rarely available. I'm actually down to the last 3 of them, which is bitterly disappointing. I'm gonna have to go ask Lord of Droid if I can have some more. Cool. Should we go next?
Iterfin Noob says these camos work because no lookout wants to tell the captain that he sees a pink ship. He'll get fired for drinking. Well, not exactly, because fun thing, historically
Mountbatten
there was pink camouflage in use on warships. The
and tanks.
Pink.
Yes, and tanks.
And planes.
And planes.
And
yes.
Land Rovers.
Yes. So it's not entirely out there. So this is the camouflages. By the way, for those people who complained, hey, you said you were going to news at 7:30. We'll get to the new ships at 7:30.
Yes.
So,
but
next.
We still have some news in this segment with regards to the update 0.10.3. So bear with us. We're getting there.
Bulls fan says, I wish this was a radio broadcast. I'll take that as an offense. I'm guessing it's the haircut, but I have no choice. The hairdressers are closed. But if you don't look at the screen... I can lend
you the machine. I can lend you the razor.
Also, pro tip, if you don't look at the screen, it's like a radio broadcast. Almost indistinguishable. Anyway, the 2 gentlemen you were looking at here are 2 new Japanese captains. Their names are Raizo Suzuki and Takeo Suzuki. You'll notice they are a set of the brothers or twin captains that we've brought out before.
To be honest, they look more like father and son.
Yes. Many people have been asking for these for Japanese ships. Here they are. They will have 2 improved skills. One of them is going to be survivability expert for cruisers and destroyers, and for battleships it will be emergency repair specialist. Yep. Yes. There you go. Our Suzukis. But we're not done. There's more. But wait, there's more. In future, when you mouse over a skill, and that skill affects one of the consumables on your ship, it will be displayed. So you can tell which consumables are affected by a skill. Just a little improvement that I think we made based on...
that's kind of helpful.
Yes. Odd feedback that we got for you. So... yeah, it's a nice change. I agree. It'll hopefully help you a little bit figuring out which of the skills to pick. Is there anything
we
more?
will also have some update to the daily shipments.
Yes. Now I don't want to go into. I don't want to just. What's the next one? The next one. So we're still safe. So we also have.
Did I
there we go.
freeze?
No, the button just didn't work. This is Russian, but what it is the new interface for our daily shipments. So in future daily shipments...
As I was saying.
Yes. Okay, you go say it then. I'll be quiet.
Yes. So as you can see, the daily shipments will change so that you will basically see them all on the screen. They will become available at the start of each month, and they will have 24 rewards in total. And they will be kind of arranged in like nice, clear interface. Maybe this will help some people not to forget about them, because we had that feedback actually quite often.
It's a free daily reward, right? You just log in, you get it. That's it. It's nice. Next, because we're still not done, we have a change to the port of Kronstadt. Kronstadt is going to have a little bit of action in it. So you will be able to see, as you can see on the screenshot, there will be some fightings happening. And there'll be some explosions, maybe even an airplane. I'm not sure. I haven't seen one of the screenshots yet. But
bombs bursting in air, rockets, red glare, and stuff like that.
Yes. So you have a like if you like the action-packed port, you can switch to that one. If you like a quiet port, right? This is an option. You can just have it as you wish. And there we go. I really like to have a choice of ports, and I really like to have a port with some action as well. Some people like it less. My favorite one is Fjords, though.
Fjords is nice, yes.
And now,
I like that as well.
Now we get
wait, not yet, because there are still two more changes that are not as cinematic, so we don't have even pictures
we don't have a picture for them. But you know what we'll do is, before we reveal the new ships, we'll play one more game.
Okay, so in the meantime, I will tell actually about those changes. So one of them will be a slight update for the naval battles, because you will be able, based on your individual activity in the preparation stage, you will be able to gain more stars, to get more attempts to get the stars, so that will help you if you.
Should we ask them what they want to see? Let's run a yes, Taki. I'm sorry. I need to. It happens rarely enough. I need to milk this. We're just going to ask which one first. Do we want American, British, or Italian first? You guys get to choose now. Please vote. Which one of the new ships you would like to see first? Kitakami. Jethro, you'll notice that Kitakami is neither British, nor American, nor Italian. Guys, don't type it in chat. There's like a little thing on top of the Twitch, where you can click to vote. Oh, looks like the Americans. Oh, Americans! It's close. It's close. It's so
very
close.
Result. It's
chat. Vote now. Your vote will make a difference. Americans are we really going to let the Americans come over here to the European stream and dominate and have their ship shown first?
Shame.
Come on, where are my Brits? Where are the Brits? The Brits in the woodwork. Come on. No.
Where are the Italians?
I think we just. I mean, we still have more European votes, right? But unfortunately.
Well, it seems that.
It seems we're going to look at the American first, then the British, then the Italian. This is fantastic, because this is exactly the way we planned it. So, first on the list for today.
That's exactly how we planned.
Is the Lexington-class battlecruiser Constellation, which was laid down in 1920 with the prospect of becoming one of the largest battlecruisers of its time, but ultimately wasn't completed because the US joined the Washington Naval Treaty and actually followed the rules. In the game, she will be a battleship. She'll have 8 accurate 406mm guns in 4 turrets. She will have a surveillance radar consumable with a range of 10 kilometers. However, the ship will be weakly armored. In addition, the ship will be
battlecruiser. So
yes,
don't expect
a battle cruiser. In addition, she will be kitted out with 2 triple tube torpedo launchers with a maximum range of 9.2 kilometers. So you want to get close because you want to use its tools, the radar and the torpedoes, but you don't have armor.
On the other hand, you don't want to get too close.
So it's going to be a really interesting like medium range ship. You can see it has got a lot of broadside to shoot. So it's gonna be tricky. Yes, somebody says another Graf Spee. It does feel like a little bit like an American Graf Spee, but it has 406mm guns. So this is going to be really exciting.
Kietil on YouTube, small and fat one. No, she's rather large.
Yes, I have some.
I mean, if you want to see actual example already in the game of a ship of that class that was kind of sort of built, you can check the Lexington, because the two first hulls for this class of battlecruisers, the Lexington and Saratoga, were converted based on the restrictions of the treaty. They were converted to aircraft carriers.
Rita says she's a plumptious beauty. Nice. So we can talk a few numbers as usual with all of the information that we've talked about today. It'll be available on the World of Warships dev blog within the next couple of hours this evening. So if you want to go and like check some detailed stats, you can have a look there. So to give you a bit of like edge details, she's planned with work in progress, of course. So everything's subject to change. But initially 63,600 hit points, 27 millimeter plating, 17.4 kilometer range. The AP and HE are both going to be reasonably slow, with 800 meters per second on the HE and 768 on AP. 180 degree turret time, 45 seconds, so too fast. Dispersion of 194 kilometers at those 17 kilometers with a sigma of 1.7. Torpedo tube is going to have a range of 9.2 kilometers, do 16.6k damage, so they're going to be quite nasty. 98-second reload time. And torpedo
the Mighty
detectability.
Jingles is commenting, could that ship's broadside sit any higher in the water? There's a slim chance it might not get citadeled every now and then.
Yes, we can see if we can adjust it a little bit higher. Torpedoes are going to be quite sneaky though, with 1.1 kilometer detectability, so it looks quite good.
Well, yeah, but those are like the slow.
Yes.
They are basically
55
kind
knots.
of mobile mines.
Yes, 55 knots. The ship will do a maximum of 33.2 knots, which is very nice. 900 meter turning circle and 15-second rudder shift. Base surface detectability 15.6 kilometers. Any questions towards the stats of this ship? I can look it up now. Let me know in chat. Otherwise, we will move on.
So actually, it's quite fast.
Nice,
yes, actually quite fast, because she's a battle cruiser. They had to be fast to run down cruisers and to run away from battleships in theory.
What's the reload on the guns? That's an excellent question. Probably should have mentioned that. A reload time 30 seconds on the 406s. Gun reload and turret traverse. Gun reload 30 seconds. Turret traverse 45 seconds. Yes. How many torps? It's going to have 2 triple launchers, I believe. Traditionally, 1 on each side. Size of shell 406 millimeters.
Has the code been dropped yet? Don't want to miss. Yes, it has been dropped, but Mr. Conway will drop it again.
Yes, I'll absolutely drop it again. Where's my button? There's my button. As to the secondaries, let me see if I have the details here. I don't think I've got. Do you have secondaries, Taki? No. We'll have to get back to the secondaries, I think.
Primal 8680. Why you guys make battlecruiser like Alaska in cruisers and this thing in battleships? Because Alaska wasn't a battlecruiser. The Alaska class was a large cruiser. They were basically like, let's say, super cruisers. They were bigger than regular cruisers, but they still had the cruiser armor scheme and the kind of cruiser mission. These things were battlecruisers. They basically had the instead of large cruisers, they were even larger but thinner armored battleships. So there is a significant difference between the Alaska and this thing.
Someone was asking battle cruiser or battle ship dispersion formula. I cannot tell you right now. I did not get information on this either way. Cool. So let's move on to the British ship, which I think is. Look, if you like this, I don't know. This is going to be extremely interesting as well. So the next one is going to be Her Majesty's ship Druid. Now, Her Majesty's ship Druid is a super destroyer armed with the universal 127mm mounts, developed in Great Britain in the early 1950s. Both double turret mounts are located in the bow of the ship. It's like the Dunkirk of destroyers.
Yes,
which allows
Dunkirk Richelieu of destroyers.
Yes, which allows the which allows for the firepower to be brought to bear without having to show broadsides, which is of course quite nice. However, similar to the light cruiser branch, Druid can only shoot AP shells, They will have a low fuse delay and excellent penetration angles, providing a minimal number of ricochets and overpenetrations. The destroyer has no torpedo tubes. Druid is equipped with a short-range hydroacoustic search consumable, a short-burst smoke generator, and specialized repair teams, which will heal 1.5% of the maximum HP per second, which means they get a super heal. The ship is an artillery destroyer that is effective in supporting allies with rapid fire from cover and smoke, as well as combat with other destroyers. This could be very interesting. Very, very interesting. Yeah. I think probably you guys want to know a couple of values. As always, these are initial stats and subject to any testing. Initial hit points planned for 25,300, which is quite nice. 19mm plating. The firing range, base firing range, is going to be 14.1 kilometers. AP shell damage of 2,350 with an initial velocity of 975. Reload time 1.7 seconds. 180-degree turn time, 7.2 seconds. Maximum dispersion, 121 meters with 2.0 sigma. Arcs, I don't know. I'm guessing pretty decent, but only towards the front. In addition, she's going to have some anti-aircraft guns, which I don't know. They look,
the main guns. The main guns are dual purpose.
Dual purpose, but yeah, the damage output.
It has 4 hectuple 40mm guns and 8 twin 20mm guns.
Yeah, so short range is going to be 190 DPS, mid range 151, and long range 91, with 4 explosions in the salvo. The maximum speed is going to be 35 knots with a turning circle of 690 meters, a 5.4 second rudder shift time. Surface detectability base 8.1 kilometers, 3 kilometers when firing in smoke. I don't have a duration on the smoke generator or the hydroacoustic search yet.
It's a short burst smoke generator, so basically it will be similar to the.
One second. Someone just switched off my light. How dare they?
What? Do we have gremlins? What happened? Okay, so while Mr. Conway is finding out what happened,
I don't know.
Let's quickly. What?
I don't know. Just somebody. The light was just switched off by someone somehow. I don't know how it happened. But for the repair team,
that happened?
I don't know. For the repair team, it's going to be running for 20 seconds with 1.5% of the HP healed per second, 80-second reload time, and 2 charges base. Cool.
Yeah.
I think this looks pretty good, chat. I'm looking forward to getting my hands on this. And radar? No radar. No.
It will be.
And yes, I think it was the cleaning lady.
Like DD Hunter, I guess.
But she didn't come in the room, so that's why I'm so surprised that it went off. Okay. Looks awful, says someone. Well, we'll see. We'll see what it goes. What was the concealment? I think it was 8.4 kilometers.
8.1.
8.1 base, of course, right? As always, these detailed stats for this will be available on the dev blog later tonight. A last ship of the new ships, and then we'll get to the half ship. Last ship of the new ships is this Tier 10 cruiser Napoli. Just quickly, because someone is asking, how do I get these ships? You will see. We will talk about this later. For now, we're going to have to test them and see what they work. So, Tier 10 cruiser Napoli. Napoli is a project of a large heavy cruiser armed with 254mm guns, developed by Ansaldo in the second half of the 1930s. The ship stands out for a decent armor and concealment, an accurate secondary battery that uses SAP shells, an exhaust smoke generator consumable, and the capability of firing 4 torpedoes from each side at a distance of 13.5 kilometers. It will have a short base gun range, which should be taken into account when choosing tactics.
Yeah. And as for stats,
yes, let's have a look.
The hit points. Sorry?
You want to go?
Okay. You were breaking up again a bit. So the hit points will be 59,200. Plating will be 25 millimeters. Main battery will be 9 254mm guns in triple turrets with 16.3 kilometer firing range. Maximum shell HE damage will be 3,450 and maximum AP damage 6,150 with a muzzle velocity of 945 meters per second, which I mean that's quite nice. That should make for some nice gun arcs. Reload 17 seconds, 180-degree turn 25.7 seconds, maximum dispersion 145 meters, and sigma value 2.05.
Nice.
She will have 8 torpedo tubes, 2 times 4, with a damage of 13,900, earned range 13.5 kilometers, and speed of 56 knots. So basically the standard Italian slow torpedoes with a 95-second reload and detectability of 1.1 kilometers. So sneaky sea mines. Secondary armament will be 12 90mm guns, 6 times 2. With a basic firing range of 7.3 kilometers and maximum SAP shell damage 2000, with a penetration of 26 millimeters. And then 4 times 3 152mm guns, again range 7.3 kilometers, and maximum SAP shell damage 3850 with 42mm penetration.
Let me really quickly clarify. Wait, no. Go ahead, Taki. Sorry.
What?
Because you said SAP damage on the secondaries.
Yep.
Yes. So just because chat is confused, so the ship's main guns are going to have HE and AP, and the secondaries are going to have SAP.
Yes.
Keep going, Taki. Sorry.
Yeah. The AA will be, well,
decent.
37mm and 20mm and 90mm, with damage in short range 130 per second, mid range 305 per second, and long range 102, with a maximum range of 4.6 kilometers. Number of explosions in salvo 5. Maximum speed will be 35.5 knots. That's a bad news for many destroyers, I guess. Radar shift time 12.5 seconds and turning circle 750 meters. Surface detectability 13.1 kilometers and air detectability 9.7.
Nice.
And as for consumables, sorry,
and 8.8 kilometer detectability in smoke, which is of course really important for
for consumables, it will have a damage control party, exhaust smoke generator, fighter, and repair party. Now, bear in mind all the stats are preliminary and are without any crew or upgrade modifiers, so you get the idea. You know the drill.
Yes. So, like I said before, let me just reiterate, there will be detailed stats along with the images in high resolution available on our dev blog in a short while if you want to double check anything. And please remember, these are our initial stats, right? This is what we are going to start testing with as a baseline, and anything may have to be corrected up or down, and we may even completely change the concept of the ships. Who knows? But for now, this is going to be interesting. I think these are three... They're three potentially very interesting ships, very different from what we have now, and I look forward to trying them out. Last but not least, a quick announcement for the upcoming Commonwealth Tier 7 battleship Yukon, which is an analog of the Monarch. It is a Monarch. It has slightly lower visibility, detectability, 13.2 kilometers versus 14.6. And a specialized repair team consumable, and but does lower damage and lower penetration on her HE shells. So that will also be tested. And she's lower tier, yes. That's also going to be tested, but we don't have an image for her because it's a Monarch.
Yes. You know how she looks.
Yes. And there we go. That's the news, gentlemen. What do you think?
Yes.
There's a lot of news today. So Canadian then. Why not? Interesting idea, actually. So I'll set up a Cheshire. Can you